all of you. William?
William? I'd rather get John Hill in front of me.
I'm sorry.
Hey, Kermit. Still up there. You shut up. He's trying to.
I want to thank all of you for being here today. In 1837, a fire ravaged Main Street from the river all the way to the railroad, burned every house just about, and all the kitchens and barns, including Mills Riddick's house, which was a wood frame house like just about everybody else's. Well, after he collected his insurance, he decided to build a brick house, which is the largest house, was the largest house in Suffolk and Nansemond County. And in the process of building this house, he built a water cistern. Now, you don't see many in Tidewater, they're very rare. But if you go to the Caribbean or even to the lighthouse at Cape Hatteras, you'll see a water cistern. Now, Nathaniel Riddick, Mills' son, designed the gutter system so that the water would run off the house, down the downspout, and through into the cistern. Now, we surmise that he wanted the water for, number one, in case there was another fire, he'd have some water. And secondly, there was also a pipe that went into the laundry room of this new house, which was down here in this corner. Before then, when he had the old original wood house, most kitchens were out back, the laundry rooms were out back, and all this. But in this new house, his kitchen was in the basement, the laundry room was in the basement. So we surmise that was a reason, and Nathaniel Riddick designed the drainage, which wasn't new because it's been used around different places. Several years ago, our good friend Dempsey decided he was going to rediscover this cistern. It's been sitting here for years, mostly covered up. Used to be a circular driveway around the house and out towards the street. So Dempsey uncovered it, went into two holes that were in the top, started digging and finding out what was what, found a few artifacts, some broken pottery and china and stuff. And so, about 2 years ago, the board of directors decided we're going to try to restore it back and make it an exhibit for the house. I went to my good friend John Hurl and the Birdsong Trust and requested some money to get this project going. And they were most gracious to give us money to get it going. And I'll say this, if it hadn't been for the Birdsong Trust, this exhibit would not be here. So we got some money. We called the state archaeologist out of Richmond who came over and started digging around the cistern. The first thing we discovered was the original ground was about 12 inches lower than what this ground is here now. And more of the cistern was exposed when it was built than what you see now. He also found some chicken bones and pork chop bones and stuff right over here. And he surmised that the original kitchen to the original house was probably in this area right here. And that's a project we're going to tackle later on. Because when Mills Riddick built the new house, the kitchen went into the basement of this new house. So anyway, we got the archaeologist here. He brought in some people from Richmond and said this is probably what this cistern looked like in 1840-42 when it was built, just like what you see. So we went about restoring it, and the bricks that you see on the walls and what we had to do to fill it in and to build these caps came off of some of these old houses that were torn down on North Main Street. So the brick here are just about as old as this house and this system. But we were fortunate enough to get these brick from someone who had saved these brick off these old houses. And as we were working, we went to the Suffolk Foundation they were kind enough and gracious enough to give us some money so we could put in the sidewalks, the retaining walls, and also we put in drainage. Under this rock there's drainage, pipe drainage that runs out to some yard drains and runs down to the ravine down here. And believe it or not, during Hurricane Matthew, there was not a drop of water in here. Water went all through the house, flooded City Hall, but there was no water laying in this system because of the drainage we'd put in. So thank you, Suffolk Foundation, for your help. And then in the end, we had these little towers here, and we didn't have any caps. And I was trying to figure out what kind of little wood cap I was going to build to make it look authentic. And our good friend William Blair said, I've got 2 caps. It came off of brick cisterns in Smithfield, Virginia, that date to the same period, 1830s and 40s. And he'd taken these caps off 2 cisterns in Smithfield when he was doing some of his construction work. And he was most gracious to give us these caps to put on these systems. He sort of topped out the job with these caps. And believe it or not, I can't tell you how rare these caps are in the Commonwealth of Virginia. You'd be hard pressed to find them. I think they're slate or bluestone or something. I'm not sure what they're made out of. You might know, I don't know. But they lift up and they would dip water out for whatever reason. And believe it or not, they're keyed so they only fit a certain way. You know, that's where they dip. And so we topped it out with these caps. You know, and I thank these people for helping us, and I thank the Birdsong Trust and the Suffolk Foundation, because a lot of history in Suffolk has been torn down and burned up, whatever, bulldozed. But here we're trying to keep some of the history of Suffolk and Nansemond County with this system. And it's part of our exhibit now. So when we give tours, we show these people this system. Very rare. Most people never even heard of one or even seen one. This year we've had visitors from Japan, Germany, England, who have all come to this house and enjoyed seeing this house. And now we have this new exhibit to show them. And hopefully 75 years from now, and 175 years from now, this exhibit will still be here, the house will still be here, and only because of people who have helped us. And so we certainly thank people who have helped, Birdsong Trust, Suffolk Foundation, Dempsey, William, but also the board of directors who have given us guidance so that we have this nice exhibit. We thank them all, and we thank all of you for being here today. And I want the newspapers to get those people right up here, take some nice pictures. We've got some sandwiches inside, a few chips, you know, something to nibble on. So hang around for a while. The house is open. Go anywhere you want to in the house. We've got a Civil War exhibit upstairs with weapons and everything. So please go throughout the house and enjoy yourself. Thank you for being here, and thank you for y'all's contributions and help to do all this. And when we start on this next project, I'll be knocking on your door again. So, thank you very much. And so if I can get John and Bill and Kermit, Wynn, William, Dempsey, I'd like for y'all to stand up here, and I'd like the newspaper people to get some pictures of them. Come on up, stand right in front of here. And William, stand wherever y'all, wherever the newspaper people want you to be. And here the picture takers this way, so turn around and face this way.
Be a bunch up there where old people used to be a light station.
Yeah, there it is. There's the pipe he was talking about. gutter.
I don't know about that one, but all right.
Oh, Clarence. That's the entrance, one of the entrances that leads to the gift shop or basement with the gift shop and the kitchen. Oh, bricks.